Hello guys, once again, welcome back to NEALVILLE. We thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for all our NEALVILLE foodies out there who's watching this video. So today we're going to do the Popeyes Copycat chicken sandwich. And so we went and got all our ingredients for that, which is the eggs, the flour, the buttermilk, the black pepper, paprika, baking powder. We have sea salt, we have accent salt. The reason we're using accent salt is because the recipe calls for MSG, and I know accent salt has MSG in it, so we're gonna use a little bit of that. Garlic powder, the onion powder, the cayenne pepper. We have our brioche buns. We have our pickles. I'm going to actually use a different pickle because I know the pickles on that sandwich are thicker. So I'm going to cut up my own dill pickles that I have in the refrigerator for that sandwich. And it also calls for mayo. I didn't think I'd have to bring it out. That's a no-brainer. And we also have, last but not least, our boneless, skinless chicken breast. So you all just kind of stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're going to start with prepping our chicken. All right, guys. So we are back. We're going to make the brine for our chicken because once you make this brine, the chicken has to sit in the refrigerator inside of this brine for at least 4 hours. So we're going to show you how that's made. But the first thing I want to do is sometimes and our chicken has already been washed and cleaned. Sometimes the chicken breast comes really big. And so what I do, I just fillet them. And, you know, I'll have 2 instead of 1. And so I'm going to just show you how I fillet this chicken. And what you want to do is you hold the chicken flat. You get the thickest part of the chicken. And you hold it. And you just fillet right through. Try not to move your knife. You want to get it as even as possible. Sometimes it don't come out even. And that's okay. And so, there you have it. You have your 2 pieces of chicken breast. So, all right. You want to start out with your buttermilk. Depending on how many sandwiches you're making, like if you're only just making like 4 sandwiches, I would say like a cup of buttermilk. I am making 6. So I'll probably do like a cup and a half of buttermilk. You just want to make sure everything is covered. And before you stick it in the refrigerator, you want to add your salt. I'm just going to add about 2 teaspoons of sea salt or some type of kosher salt. And then 1 teaspoon of your MSG of our accent salt. We're going to mix this around. We're going to put plastic wrap over it. And we're going to stick it in the refrigerator for 4 hours. We'll be back with our batter and our flour mix. And we will be ready to fry. So stay tuned. So, okay, guys. So we are back. Our chicken has been in for 4 hours. We're getting ready to actually heat up our deep fryer. And we will be using canola oil to fry this chicken. I'm getting ready to get the flour ready, and I'm getting ready to get the wet ingredients ready. What you have to remember is there's a lot of different recipes online concerning this chicken. A restaurant is never going to give out its exact measurements. If that's the case, why do they need to be in business? However, if you can get the main ingredients, you can make it as close to theirs as possible. And that's what we have. And so we have all the ingredients that they use in their flour batter. However, it's never going to be the exact measurements. So that's when it turns into your chicken sandwich, but it's because you're using all the ingredients they're using is still a copycat. So we're going to use around 2 cups of flour. They also put baking powder in their mix. And so we're going to use about 1/4 cup of baking powder. I'm going to add that. And then to make this easy, because it's like 1/2 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon, all the other ingredients, all the other seasonings that we're going to be using, we're going to use a teaspoon of everything. So this is our garlic powder. Teaspoon of garlic powder. Teaspoon of onion powder. Teaspoon of paprika. Teaspoon of the accent salt. Teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And it calls for white pepper, but I could not, they were out of white pepper at the store, so we're just going to use a teaspoon of regular black pepper. It calls for a teaspoon of regular salt, but that accent salt is kind of salty, so we're just going to do like 2 sprigs of the regular salt. And we're going to get this mixed in. But next, the recipe also for your wet batter. I've already have 2 eggs in here. And guys, I know my bowls are ugly, and I have brand new bowls. But it's something about when you have these bowls that you had around forever, you know, you just become one. They have stood the test of time. So don't come for me about my bowls, honey. This is my kitchen. I do what I want, okay? So with that being said, we're going to add 1 cup of our buttermilk. And guys, we're going to get all these ingredients tossed up and mixed up, and we'll be ready to fry our chicken when we come back. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so we are back and we have our deep fryer on. Our deep fryer is actually on 350 degrees. We have our canola oil in here. Everything is hot and ready. So now I'm going to take a couple of pieces of chicken and I'm going to show you how to batter it up and then put it in a deep fryer. We're going to cook it for about 8 to 10 minutes each batch of chicken that we do. I don't want to put more than 3 in here at a time. I do have a pretty big deep fryer, but I don't want to put more than 3 in here at a time because I don't want to drop that temperature like that. We want to keep it nice and hot so that the chicken can brown properly and so that the ingredients don't fall off. So here is our chicken that has been marinating. All right guys, so here's our chicken, and the first thing you want to do is kind of shake off the excess buttermilk. And after you do that, you are going to lightly flour it. Just lightly, because we will be putting it back in this flour. Then you take your buttermilk and egg wash. You put your chicken in the buttermilk and the egg wash. Take it back out. Now you're going to firmly flour. You're going to pack it on there. You want it kind of clunky because you want that crispy skin on the chicken. And then once you do that, it's time to drop it in the grease. We'll do one more. Again, you take your chicken. The first time you just lightly batter. Then you drop your chicken in your egg and buttermilk mixture. Put it back in your flour and flour it till it gets kind of clumpy. And then you drop it in your grease. We're going to get all our chicken battered and fried, and we'll be right back, you guys. Alright, you guys, so what I wanted to do, I wanted to come back real quick, and I want to take out this first batch. It's been 10 minutes. This is the first piece of chicken that I put in. I want y'all to look at that, really good, really crispy. You see that? Now this next piece, guys, I dipped it once. I did not dip it twice in the batter. Well, I should say, what I did with this one, I took it straight out of the buttermilk and then floured it. I did not dip this one in the buttermilk and egg just to see how it would turn out. So if you don't like all of that skin, you don't have to do that buttermilk and egg extra mixture. You can just take it from the brine and stick it straight into your flour. So we're going to get these other ones cooked up, guys, and we'll be right back. All right, you guys, so while we're finishing up our second batch of chicken, we're going to go ahead and get our buns toasted. And then we're just going to butter down our griddle. Put a little bit on your bread as well. And guys, anytime you're dealing with chicken, just make sure that your chicken comes out at 165 degrees. That's when it's safe to eat. And guys, this is basically how we toast our bread. And guys, we're going to put these sandwiches together and we will be right back. Alright, you guys, we are back, and as you can hear, we still have chicken frying. I wanted to go ahead and make this sandwich for you. And you know, all you need on your toasted brioche bun is your mayo and your pickles. I didn't get to cut up the pickles like I wanted, but that's okay. I'm going to add pickles to our sandwich. And then we're going to add our chicken. And there you have it, guys. This is our Copycat Popeyes chicken sandwich. I hope you enjoyed this video. I want to tell all my new subscribers, I got 50 new subscribers within the last 12 hours after posting the quesadillas. I want to tell you thank you so much for your support. Please hit that notification button, share these videos, tell your mama, your daddy, your cousins, all of them that we are cooking in NEALVILLE. You all be safe out there, have a blessed weekend, and may heaven smile upon you.